Okay, got it. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I think you're going to really enjoy our time with Sherwin, which I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a second. I think many of you have been on these presentations with us, and I just want to give you a plug for November 10th. We're also going to have our last presentation with one of our counselors who's going to talk about isolation in seniors during the holidays, especially. And I think you'll look forward to hearing from her as well. So what I wanted to do is I only have 2 slides to talk about the PACE model. Want to do that, and then oops, that's not what I want to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the so I'm just tell you a little bit about the PACE model. It's a national model of healthcare. Many of you have heard about this already, but the whole goal of the PACE program is to help older adults 55 and older remain independent in their homes for as long as possible. And we do that with a variety of wraparound services. And so we know you deal with the same frail population that we do. Many of you are in complete senior housing or serve seniors within your buildings. So we just want you to know a little bit about our program. I'm just going to tell you the 4 bullet points. Nationwide, it's a national model of care, certified and regulated by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. And you have to be at least 55. You have to live in the zip codes that the program is certified for. You have to be safe in the community at the time of enrollment. And that really means you cannot be wandering, living on your own, homeless. You can't be homeless. You have to have a permanent address. You can be in transitional housing, apartments, mobile homes. And then the person needs to meet the state's skilled nursing facility level of care requirements. And those are anywhere from 2 ADLs in Colorado to 5 ADLs in Virginia. Every state has different requirements. So there's just those 4 bullet points. Okay, and then I just wanted to share with you, if you could mute Sherwin. I'm getting a little feedback. I think it's your computer. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So I just wanted to share with you, this is the wraparound services that are provided by any PACE program. And we become someone's primary care. And at each of our centers, there's a medical clinic. There is a day program for socialization and hot meals. We provide unlimited transportation to and from our centers and to authorized medical appointments. We have dental suites, or we contract out with dentists at certain centers, but we provide all dental care, hearing aids, glasses. We go into people's homes and do task-based services. So housekeeping, like meal prep, bathing, things like that. And then we deliver to their home prepackaged medications. They don't have to do boxes anymore, or pill boxes and things like that. And I think the other great resource, and this is where Sherwin comes in, is that we have a rehab center within our center where we have occupational therapists and physical therapists, and they can have unlimited kind of rehab to help strengthen, maybe recover from a surgery, things like that. So I think you're going to be really excited to hear about Sherwin's really fun. He's originally from the Philippines. He works in our Southern California location in the Loma Linda, kind of San Bernardino, Riverside area as a physical therapist, and he's got quite a sense of humor. So we're really hoping that today, learning about the kinds of shoes that older adults should have, he's going to share some things with you and then get some creative ideas going. We'd love to interact with you during this presentation today. So I'm going to go to the next slide, Sherwin, and I'm going to mute myself, and then I'll let you take it away.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I would like to thank Leslie for giving me this opportunity for presenting to you. And thank you for attending this session today. And thank you for fixing all this, my PowerPoint. I have to ask my 75-year-old dad in the Philippines to give me a basic PowerPoint 101 to put to make. We can talk all day about shoes, specs, or what kind of shoes, and I'm excited to share with you what we usually do here at Innovate. This month, October month, is the month of National Physical Therapy Month. So if you've ever had therapy before, think of your therapist that you've worked with before and thank them. And they are the people that will keep you moving. Moving is the moment you stop moving is the beginning of dying. That's my first line. And the next slide. Okay, there we go. Why do we need to walk? We will be discussing walking shoes. But at first, we need to answer, why do we need to walk? As a human beings with hundreds of muscles and bones, well, we are made to walk. We are born to and made to move. So we are the only mammals that can walk uprightly and be able to run and do a lot of things with our feet. And walking is the best exercise, but I have to put it there. That's the best exercise in the world. I play tennis, I ride my bike, but I'm not gonna advertise cycling or lawn tennis, but walking, because I studied if you ever heard of blue zones are areas in the world that has people by the thousands who live 90 to 100 years old. The physical activity involves walking. A lot of them are walking. And it's integrated in their lifestyle, in their daily activity. So that's the reason why they live long, aside from their diet. And choosing the right shoes to walk. We answered why we need to walk for physical activities. We want our participants or your patients to be living longer, enjoy quality life. But we have to answer also what is the right shoes for walking. Some people like to hike on the trail, but for all elderlies, I would suggest just in the even surface or whatever the capacity. So let's go to the next slide. We have some considerations or points to consider when choosing right shoes. Let's go to
I didn't realize Sadie was on here.
fitting. There's a rule of thumb that we use. It should be at least half an inch from the longest toe to the tip of their shoe. It's about half an inch or 1 finger breadth. So, and make sure that the shoes, when you fit it in, the heel is not sliding back and forth. Also, it should not be too tight, not too loose. And when we're prescribing shoes, we have to consider the width, narrow or medium, wide, extra wide. You should be able to wiggle your toes when you're inside the shoe. Some seniors have foot problems. They have hammer toes, bunions. We have to consider also that. So the sizing, the fitting. So we have the shoes that we recommend with high toe box on the tip, on the end part, where the toes are. We have that big toe boxes. So with Innovate, we have vendors that we use. Used to be Dr. Comfort, now we have Anodyne. They have great shoes that accommodate those conditions, hammer toes or bunions or other foot conditions. Let's go to cushioning. If you have any questions, you can reserve your questions towards the end. Let's go to cushioning. It has to have a good cushion, extra cushion support. As we age, our feet tends to lack the natural fat padding under under our foot. So look for shoes that has well-cushioned insole and soft shock-absorbing midsole with a good design. When we recommend orthotic shoes or diabetic shoes, it comes with an insole, sometimes customized. And let's go to stability. It has to have a good insole and also outsoles. A shoes that can bend, it's flexible, is not good shoes for walking. It has to have a good stable, especially towards the heel part. It has to have a firm heel. Where's my, towards the heel part, it should be firm. And some walking shoes, tennis shoes, has a good foam, a good shock absorbing material to use. Let's go to traction. Traction. Seniors also need shoes with durable and slip-resistant soles to help prevent slips and falls. With senior citizens, it's a huge problem now with falls incident. We need to prevent it by providing them good traction soles. With proper footwear, proper lightings are one of the big factors for falls. So look for a pair with rubber soles that have a lug pattern with a good grip and traction. Let's proceed to materials. We have leather, we have mesh, we have weak material. Moisture wicking materials are supposed to help prevent uncomfortable sweating. It comes in different materials. So for those who have hammer toes, I like to recommend the ones with a cloth type, so it can accommodate the joints. So leathers will not be good for them. So those are for the materials. Now rubber provides excellent tractions and support. These are good for walking shoes too. Now let's go towards the end, closure. It has some people have trouble with tying shoes, the laces. Then we can recommend Velcro. Now lately in the outdoor world, they have now the closure instead of Velcro. They came up with a dial button that you just dial it, and it will tighten your shoes, just like the ones you use for ski boots. And those are more expensive, but those are the latest inventions now in shoes. Okay, we're done with choosing the right shoes. Let's go to the next slide. Walking club. Okay, we can talk about shoes, but if we're not able to inspire people to put their feet in the shoes to walk, it's gonna be a useless effort. Okay, I'll show you a walking club. I live in Loma Linda. These are from my church, local church that I attend. I started with 2 people. I shared to them, and it grew to maybe 15 to 20 now. So we meet every Sunday. Next slide, please. So this is a part of the trail that we go. This is called the Healthy Highway. I've never heard of a healthy highway, only in Loma Linda. Maybe all cities should have a healthy highway. Next slide, please. This is one of the parks near the veterans VA hospitals here. We just go around and around. The mean age is mostly, the youngest here is 50. I'm 49. So, and then the oldest is 80 years old. And so 50 and above. That suits our participants. The last slide is I started with walking only 1 mile a day. Then last year, I decided to lose weight. I lost a total of 40 pounds and I started climbing mountains. This is about 9,000 feet height below from sea level. One of the best hiking trails in Southern California. It's called Cucamonga Peak. And I'd only encourage you to we have a slogan here, conquering new heights. So you have to conquer new heights every time. You don't settle for less, just keep on climbing as if you're able. Okay, I think that's the end of this slide. And I live in Loma Linda. This is the blue zone. In North America, this is the only blue zone that qualified. We have one in Greece, Italy, Sardinia, Okinawa, and Loma Linda is the only one in North America. Hopefully, all cities or some cities in America can get some grasp of what the Loma Lindans people are doing here. And one of the secret is walking. Just keep it a secret, because we're keeping it a secret. Any questions? I'll open the floor to our meeting for questions.
I had questions about I'm curious from everybody that's attending, what they're seeing in their buildings, if their seniors are wearing shoes, kind of the right shoes that Sherwin described, or if they're walking around with flip-flops or slides, or, I'm just curious what they're seeing. And then I had some questions about your walking club. Okay, we have a question. What do you think about Crocs?
It doesn't fit in the things that we discussed today. It has to have a good snug fit. Crocs, I have Crocs, but it tends to have a loose. It's not good for, especially if they have a weakness in their feet, in their ankles. It's a hazard for fall. So I would not recommend Crocs. A good walking shoes with lace or Velcro with a good closure is good. Mm-hmm. Good for lounging the house maybe, or but not for walking. You have to be professional when you do walking. You have to look and act professional.
I was thinking when you were describing the shoes, I'm not sure how many of you have heard of a brand of walking or running shoes called Hoka, but they have amazing footbed support, and they're for walking and running. So those are another, just to throw that out. I've got a lot of friends that are getting those, especially if you have plantar fasciitis, things like that. It's very supportive. I'm curious, do any of you have any type of a walking club, or what are your thoughts about that idea for your buildings? Is that something that you could possibly create, or does that sound interesting to you? Okay, Michelle says we have Walk with Ease here. Can you tell us about that, Michelle? You can unmute yourself.
Hi. So we have a local multi-purpose center that has peers. So they have their own seniors come out and do exercise classes. They have they're evidence-based exercise classes. So one of them is Walk with Ease. And they come out here. We have a really nice backyard area, some walking paths. So she comes out. We haven't done it because it was, the weather is really hot. We're in California here. So, so we're going to start back up on November 1st. And she just comes out here. They supply water for them as well. And then they just walk, at their own pace. Some people, are walking by themselves, or some people are walking in groups, but they're walking at their own pace. So they really enjoy it. They do that 3 times a week for an hour, or 45 minutes to an hour.
Good.
That's good. That's great. Does anybody else have those kinds of services, or does that sound like something that you could potentially do or have interest?
I think
Well,
it's,
oh, go ahead.
I think it's better if you put it like in you have to organize it. It has to be organized. If it's not organized, it's not gonna happen. I mean, to have an impact, it has to be officialized. I spoke with the local church pastor. It can be an organization. It can be a workplace, a senior living. I've never seen, not once here in Southern California, never seen a ALF that has a strong walking club. The only community walking club here in Western United States is Loma Linda Loppers. 1,200 members 20 years ago. They became the largest walking club, community club in Western US. That's it, 1,200. No wonder, and this is serious talk now. The rise, the sales of memberships, gym memberships, shoes sales has increased in America. Obesity and overweight problem also increased. It never stopped. It never halted. It never dipped. So I'm talking from the heart. We need to do this together. It's like the poster of a old World War II. U.S. needs you. Something like that. What do you think, guys? Come on, talk to me.
Anybody have any comments or ideas? No. Well, I appreciate all your information, Sherwin, and it's a testimony to the fact that you are healthier because you've been walking and you lost all that weight, which is amazing. And
Secret.
it's a secret. We won't tell anybody. And yeah, we appreciate your time. This is a unique topic, and I think it's really important. I've been to a lot of different residents and different buildings, and I've seen people kind of shuffling around with these kind of slidey slippers, and I'm really worried they're going to fall. And so it's worth having conversations with seniors. I know that shoes cost money and it can be expensive, but there's got to be some way to help. There's got to be resources somewhere to help them get the right footing. But I'm really glad that you presented this information today, Sherwin. So thank you.
Help from a physical therapist or orthotics person. They can help you with choosing. Podiatrist, a good resource too.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you both. We appreciate your time and all the wonderful information. And thank you for our members that were able to join today. We are always happy to have you.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.